following program. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to the 2015 Class of 74 Jamboree. Tonight we'll be celebrating this year's champ, Jim Vinziano. I want to start off by asking some questions to just some random 1974 dudes. All right, my first question today is going to go to the guy who drove down from New York, Mr. Jerry Galvin. Jerry, you and Karen been married for a long time, and, you like to keep things spicy in the bedroom, I understand, and, give me some sort of example of what you guys might do.
She said, here's something I'll try. My girlfriend did this with her husband. I'll get dressed up real sexy. You take me out to a bar. I'll go in first, then you come in, but you act like you don't know me. So I go in this place, sit at the bar, buy this girl a drink, we're talking, and my wife comes over and goes, what do you think you're doing? I said, who the fuck are you? I found out who she was. I had to start referring to her as the plaintiff.
All right, thanks, Jerry. Next question is for Tom, Night Train Lane. Tom, I understand yesterday you signed up at the YMCA. It sounded like you just went over to check it out, and this guy actually sold you on it and signed you up. What did he say to you?
Fucking guy. He says, yeah, we got the steam room, we got the sauna, jacuzzi, nothing like a nice jacuzzi after the workout. I look at some of the guys in the jacuzzi, I'm not getting in there unless I have a condom on and a cork in my ass. I don't know these guys, I don't know their personal hygiene habits, and I don't know what that froth is on top of the water in the jacuzzi either. Because that's like getting into a thick cappuccino or something. I don't want to sit in there and get that thick mist water in my face. I don't want it. I'm afraid of that stuff.
All right, thanks, Tom. Next question is for Mr. Ed Campbell. Ed, you and Therese, you've been married for a long time also. How's that going?
I love my wife, but it's not always that way. 90% of the time I'm thinking, yeah, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But about 10% of the time I'm thinking, how could I fake my death? Percentages may vary.
All right, thanks, Ed. Let's get off the marriage subject for a little bit and speak to one of the few single men in the room tonight, Mr. Joe Pellicor. Joe, you're 58 years old. What's it like being single at 58?
And I catch myself smiling. Just little moments throughout the day. Like every time I see a couple fighting in the street, I just smile and wave. Every time I see a guy with that blank expression on his face, like, what the hell did I do? I walk past like, probably nothing.
That is not even nice, Joe. All right, let's get back to the married couple questions. How about Steve Tangway? Steve, I think you were married when you were a sophomore in high school to Debbie, if I'm not mistaken. You guys go way back, and, here you are today, happily married. I was just wondering, let's just say that you were giving a speech to some guys. They were just about to get married. What would you tell them?
Fellas, when you wake up in the morning, you should look yourself in the mirror and say, fuck you. Fuck your hopes, fuck your dreams, fuck your plans, fuck everything you thought this life was gonna bring you. Now let's go out there and try to make this bitch happen.
All right, thanks, Steve. Now I got a question for Mr. Dave Alvin. Dave, I understand last Friday, Kathy went out of town for the day, and I'm just wondering, tell me about your Saturday, in the house by yourself.
I wake up, I get like chicken wings, shit nobody eats at 10 a.m., like really hot wings, and I eat them all, and then I'm like, ugh, so I get ice cream to cool it off, and then I feel worse, so I jack off and pass out. I turn off my phone in case my kids call. I can't fucking face anybody. I wake up covered with 3 kinds of shame glaze just covering my body.
All right, thanks, Dave. Now I want to talk to Mr. Dan Dunn. Dan, I understand you and Joanne got married around 8 years ago, and I understand that your sex life starts off unbelievable and it starts going downhill after that. How's it going right now?
I got no sex life. Remember the last time I felt an erection was at the movies. The only trouble is it belonged to the guy sitting next to me,
All right, thanks, Dan. No, I don't want to shake your hands. That's okay. How about Mr. Don Gurney? Last place finisher. Unbelievable. What a toilet this guy turned out to be. Don, I'd say everybody here, you come off as the guy, I think, who enjoys being a father more than anybody does. What's your secret?
Best part about being a parent is really easy to have a good time once you have kids. Because all you have to do is not be with your kids. As soon as you walk out your front door, you're like, are we in the Bahamas?
Oh, man, that is so not right. It's true, but it's just not right. All right, now I got a question for the football Nazi himself, Mr. B. Scalise. Bri, you've been running this contest for 20 years, and I think everybody knows that if it wasn't for Liz, this thing wouldn't work. She's the real organized person out of you two. And, what's Liz's secret?
And she can't go to sleep at night unless every single thing in this gigantic house is in the exact spot she meant for it to be. Now, before I married her, she told me she was anal, and I was like, great! Turns out there's 2 kinds of anal. And she's the wrong one.
All right, now I want to ask a quick question to Mr. Dave Bino Olive. Dave, you've worked at the casinos, I think, from the day after you graduated high school, right? You were, I guess, 23 years old. I remember you used to drive the 7th and 8th grade basketball bus. Anyway, let's get off of that subject. Dave, you've been down in casinos forever. You've heard a million gambling stories, seen everything. Tell me about that.
I love a good gambling story because it always starts out so dramatic, so full of hope. I was up $8,900. The next thing I know, I'm blowing a guy for a sandwich. What? You gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold him, fucker.
All right, thanks, Dave. Hey, class of 75 dude. Gary Stuffa, what are you doing here, my man? Listen, while you're here, I don't think I've ever talked to you without you telling me at least one joke. Give us a good joke real quick.
A bear and a rabbit are taking a shit in the woods. And the bear turns to the rabbit and says, "Excuse me, you have problems with shit sticking to your fur?" And the rabbit says, "No." So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
All right, now I want to talk to Holy Cross graduate, Mr. John Lesenby. John, I know that Arnold Schwarzenegger is famous for his movie The Terminator, and I understand you're coming out with a movie called The Donator. It's about a guy who gets into hundreds of contests and never wins a penny. So thank you for being here. Thank you for getting all my contests. We all appreciate it. John, what do you have to say about yourself as a gambler?
My friend is a blackjack dealer. And on his forearm, he has a tattoo of an ace and a jack. You see, I'm a blackjack player. On my forearm, I'm going to get a tattoo of a 10 and a 2. And then maybe later, a king.
All right, sports fans, it's getting near the end. It's time to talk to this year's champ, Mr. Jimmy Vinziano. Jim, I want to take you back to Week 17. You had to win 2 games to clinch first place in the Class of 74 contest. Worth a lot of money, by the way. Just tell me exactly what you said after you knew that you were the champ and you won that second game. What did you say exactly?
Oh, fuck! Whoa! I just pissed all over myself!
All right, champ, one final question. I understand that your poker friend, Mr. Mark Napier, called you up the other day. Tell me about that conversation.
So my buddy calls me up. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. What are you doing? He goes, hey, you want to come with me? I'm going to go get a massage. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why do you want a massage? I'm like, I don't know. Is your back fucked up? And he's like, no, dummy. He's like, they jerk you off at the end of it. And I'm like, yes, I want to get a massage. Why are we not there every day? Why don't I live above that place?
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Congrats again on a great year. You lucky rat bastard. Hey, wait a second. Al V flew all the way up from Florida. I got to ask him one question. Al, I look around this room and I got to tell you, out of all the Class of 74 guys, I think you'd be voted, most improved. You've come a long way. You and Lisa are worth a lot of money right now. Tell me how you're doing, Al.
And that's what I am now, rich prick. Prick always follows the word rich. If you're rich, you're a prick. Just the way schmuck always follows the word poor. So I went from a poor schmuck to a rich prick without hardly any transition at all. I was a poor schmuck longer than I've been a rich prick. Frankly, I'm not that much happier as a prick than a schmuck. I never thought I'd become a prick. Neither did my friends. They said, he'll never be a prick. And then boom, I'm a prick. Now I have all new friends. All pricks. You know, schmucks call me from time to time. I say, I can't talk to you, I'm a prick.
All right, sports fans, till next year.
Good night, sweetheart. Well,